Coach, you look mighty tall.
That's what I was thinking. Like, this is not this little. I think
I look like
this
I've
a
been
little
very
awkward.
sunburned, too.
This is the pre-tournament press conference featuring the Georgia Bulldogs. We're joined by head coach Lou Harris-Champer and student athlete Mary Wilson Avant. This is the Bulldogs' fifth Women's College World Series appearance after having defeated Florida in the Super Regional. Coach, let me just start you off with, you guys did a lot of things that people aren't supposed to do. You're down against seven against Kentucky. You come back and win. You give up a grand slam to Oklahoma to go behind late in the inning. You come back and win. You go down to Florida and shut them out twice, courtesy of Mary. How does your team do those things?
I think it's just focusing on what we want to have happen, just focusing on the good and trying to stay positive in adverse situations. And really, I think when it gets down to it, it's how much that they just love to play the game and play hard together. You know, when we put less emphasis on the outcome and more focus on the process, then good things happen for us.
Mary, let me ask you, you guys had lost 10 of 11 heading into the regional. How did you guys wipe the slate clean and just kind of start over?
Yeah, I don't think it was as much about starting over as just continuing to persevere and do what we do every day at practice. We had a lot of different pieces that we were working on, and we just continued to work on them, and then they started to come together as postseason has gone on.
So, Jenny Carlson?
Hey, Lou, Jenny Carlson with the Oklahoman. Could you just give us a little insight on the biggest challenges that Oklahoma State presents? They've had some games where they've hit a bunch of home runs. They've had some games where they've won by low scores. What's the challenge with them?
Well, I think that they're a really good ball club. They're very, very well coached. They have, like you said, they have a lot of power. They're able to lay down the bunt so they can play the short game as well. And they have good pitching. So, it's a matter of really for us, again, I'm going to say it's not about us focusing on them. It's us continuing to focus on what we do and work the process that we are here to do to play softball. We want to pitch, we want to play defense, we want to hit. Really just focusing on what we're doing. And we know that every opponent that we play here is going to be really good, really well coached. But that's why we play the game.
Go to Dog Nation. I'm going to assume these guys are on your side, Coach.
I missed. I'm sorry.
Hey, Coach, this is Mike Griffith. Hey, I want to follow up a little bit on the finish. I mean, you guys did beat Oklahoma earlier this year. They hadn't lost a game all year. How important was it to get that win? I know you focus on the process, but when you snap a winning streak like that against a team like that on national television, was that a big pick-me-up this season?
Yeah, I think it was, when you look in the moment, you're like, was I crazy? I scheduled a doubleheader in the middle of the week, but at the end of the day, when the girls came out and played hard and they just kept duking it out and fighting and get punched and stand up and fight and keep swinging the bat and good things happen. I'm just really proud of the team for the way that they did fight through that adversity of that game. It's thankful that Patty was willing to come over all the way over to Athens to play a doubleheader in the middle of the week. But it was a really fun game to look back at. There were two games. We did lose one. But I want to focus on the one where we won and where the girls played hard. They played hard in both games. Things didn't go our way in the second game, but the first game, it was exciting and fun, and really proud of Jaden Fields for, her just sticking with her process and really being able to come up with the game-winning hit at the end of the day.
Coach, could you talk about Jaden's growth and development throughout the year and how much better she's gotten and how she's improved?
Yeah, Jaden she's really, really special. I remember from the day one when she first came in, she wasn't playing. We were redshirting that year. But when she would speak in our team meetings, she would talk with a quiet voice. But it was clearly something that she'd grown up with her family talking in very positive mental game type of speech. So it was really fun to hear what she had to say when we would do our meetings. And then to see her living her dream down the field, earning herself a spot in the outfield. She's worked really hard for that and doing a great job, getting phenomenal reads, and then coming in to hit and letting herself just get her swing off. She has worked really hard to get where she's got. Coach Tony has also worked with her so much. And Jaden is a person of high belief that comes from her family, and it's really paying off for her.
Jenny Carlson?
Hey, Mary, you guys obviously had to go on the road for supers, and I assume that there's going to be quite a bit of Oklahoma State orange in the stands tomorrow as well. I know obviously the SEC is tough whenever you're on the road, but coming directly out of that and having that success, how does that potentially, or how do you hope that plays into what you guys experience tomorrow?
Yeah, I think we saw what we could do in Gainesville, and we are confident right now, and we are playing with a lot of joy, a lot of competitiveness, and we're ready to just go out there and attack whoever's on the other side of the ball.
Coach, you want to answer that as well?
Yes, when you play in the SEC, and I'm sure this is true in other conferences, but when we play the three-game series, we play it like it's like a super regional every weekend. So that's what it felt like being, all throughout our conference. Going to Florida, it was a fun environment, pretty crazy when you get to play down there because of the Georgia-Florida rivalry. But again, a classy bunch down there, but still a nice environment to compete in. And then being out here this weekend, I'm sure that the stands will be filled, and that's actually, to me, going to make it even more special. We talked to the team today about just soak up the environment and love it and enjoy the opportunity to be here and compete for what we're competing for.
Dog Nation?
Yeah, Mary, Mike Griffith here again. Being a graduate student, I guess I would just ask you about coming back for another year and throwing as many innings as you have. I mean, where were you able to reach down deep for, really, I gotta call it legendary performance at Florida. Where does that come from for you to be able to cap your career in this fashion?
Yeah, I think when I chose to come back for an extra year, it was almost like I was getting an opportunity to redo my senior year. And so I really just wanted to embrace every moment, have so much fun with it. And I think that's what has allowed me to grow over this last year, and really invest in my teammates and be the best that I can on the field so that our team can have success.
Coach, could you talk a little bit about Mary and what she's meant to your team this year and what just an absolute warrior she has been for you?
She has been an absolute warrior, and I am so proud of Mary, not only on the softball field, but off the field, and she's got a job waiting for her when we're done. She does everything the right way, on and off the field. Very, very high character, very good class, very classy. And again, like she said, genuinely, everything she does do, she wants to help her team. She wants to go to work, she wants to train, she wants to practice. She gets all the treatment that she needs to stay healthy so that she can get out there and do the best that she can for the girls around her with them. Can't say enough about Mary. Every time I get to watch her pitch, it's a blessing, it's a joy, and I love that our team is playing in joy with her.
Chip Towers.
Yeah, Lou, just wondering, we touched on this the other day, but now that you're back out there, fifth time out there, did you consciously try to do some things different or try to do things exactly the same, based on what you can control, which I imagine is pretty limited. But did you try to tweak anything in your preparation with hopes for a different result, or am I overthinking that would be superstitious that way?
I had a wise person tell me once that I don't have any power over superstition, so that's a good thing. Yolanda McRae, by the way. But at the same point, we've been here before, we're here now, right? What we're doing right now is what we've been doing for the last few weeks, just continuing to stay on the process that we're in, working to get all three aspects of the game at the same time.
Marshall Scott.
Yeah, Coach, with the kind of introduction of the transfer portal, this is going to become more and more commonplace throughout every sport in the NCAA. But kind of what are your thoughts on going against two former Georgia Bulldogs with Oklahoma State? Well,
I've been rooting for them all year except for tomorrow. I love them both, and I wish them both the best. And I do think that the transfer portal is a really good thing. I think if somebody's needs are not getting met, they should have that opportunity to have them met. Because you only get one go around when it comes to your career, so you should have the opportunity to do what you want to do. So I definitely wish them the best, except for tomorrow at 2:30.
Eric Lopez.
Coach, how will you compare this team to some of the other teams that have gotten to Oklahoma City? How are they similar from other teams? How are they different?
Well, they're definitely their own team. You know, every team has its own. It's almost like different chapters of a book, you know, and their own personality and their own character. I think what really allows this team to be where we are is the fact that there is so much trust in each other. I think, you know, all great teams have that, but we worked really hard for that this year, and they've held themselves to a standard of excellence when it came to that. And so it's just been really fun to see them be able to handle adversity, get knocked down, stand back up tall, smile, and get back to work.
Mary, could you walk us through those two games down in Florida in the Super Regional, and how did you feel going in that first game? And after having so much success in game one, you had to be really confident heading into game two.
Yeah, going into game one, we were just ready to lay it all out on the line, and I felt really confident in the work that I had put in. Pitching, I felt really confident in my defense behind me as well as the offense. And then after that first game, we knew that the pressure was on them. We just had to go out there and play with joy. And that's what we did, and we came out on the side we wanted.
What does that mean to you when you say play with joy? Can you tell me what that means to you and maybe to your teammates?
Yeah, so it's playing with that trust that you know you've put in the work. You know you've done stuff on the front end, so letting the process work for you, and playing free too, allowing yourself to laugh in the game and have fun with what you're doing. Yeah, that's what playing with joy is like.
Thank you, Jenny Carlson.
Hey Lou, one more for me. You've been in the game a long time, seen things change over the years. At one point, you know, the ball changed colors, the pitcher's mound rubber moved back. Now we're seeing 9-1 in some of these, you know, regional 17-4 in regional games and stuff. Is there, in your mind, is there a time coming when some of the parameters of the game may need to change to get some of the offense out of the game? What do you think's coming in that regard?
Yeah, there's a lot in there. The game has changed so much, and again, I can't say enough to Oklahoma City, just in what they've done here, to just really, what a great opportunity to be here, and they've just run an A-class event every time we're here. But as far as the game goes, I love the offense. You know, I think that you see some hitting being taught so well now all the way through, and I think that that's made a huge difference in the game. And I love offense in the game. You know, I also love great pitching, but I like to see a back and forth game, and I think it's exciting the way the game's being played right now.
Ronald Smith.
My name is Ronald E. Smith. My question is for Mary. And knowing that this is also your final season, I just want to know, no matter how this tournament ends up, when they look back at your career, how would you want to be remembered?
Ooh. I want to be remembered as a team player, someone that every time they go on the field, they put their heart on the line for the team. I hope that I've done that. I've definitely tried my best to do that throughout my career, but yeah.
All right, last question to Chip.
I'm just curious, Lou, I don't know if Lou outed you there, but she said you had a job lined up already. I'm just wondering what you're going to be doing.
I'm going to be working as a business analyst for a company called Forethought in Manhattan.
Wow, New York City, the big city. Well,
Big change from
congratulations, Mary, on that. Congratulations on reaching the World Series. Coach, thank you so much for your time. Best of luck this week and play with joy.
Thank
Thank you.